What's up, guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be doing a spoiler-free review of a weird Russian torture porn movie? But spoiler-free review of Sleepless Beauty. Let's dive into it, eh? Now, this movie was directed by Pavel Kovalev and written by Alexandra Kovalev as well. It has an A on the end. I'm not sure why that is. But the story is about this young girl who is kidnapped by a secret organization by the name of Recreation. She basically gets abducted, and on the loudspeaker, they tell her to do certain things, do certain tasks so she can live. They tell her that she cannot sleep. They basically fuck with her head the entire time and keep putting up situations in front of her to get her to the point where she may kill. And that's essentially it. I've seen just about everything. Some of the more depraved stuff. I've seen some of the, torture porn stuff. I've seen some of these movies where they really don't have that much of a plot and kind of just rely on shock. Now, I wouldn't say this is a movie that's for anybody other than people who are into aesthetic torture porn kind of vibey movies in the subgenre. This isn't exactly something that's like so shocking or scary or, oh my God, I can't believe it. I've seen so much worse than this, and I'm actually kind of surprised that it's a little bit more tame than I expected. I'm also kind of surprised that it didn't really show much of the story or tell you by the end really what this whole thing's about. Like, there's hardly any story in this entire 83-minute movie, and it is probably more aesthetic over substance because the story is just so oblique. You don't really understand what is happening even when the credits flash. Now, I'd like to say that this movie probably has some sort of, this is the effects of society and the internet on whatever it is, and your guess is as good as mine because I really couldn't come to any kind of ideas to what it was about. I don't know, it's weird. It's just like almost like an art installation mixed in with some modern telling to give it sort of like an idea that people are watching you and will use you to enact some sort of violence. They essentially are trying to come up with this, way to kill people. And in the very beginning, and this is really minor spoilers really, but I'll let you know anyway. And it doesn't really matter if you know this or not. It doesn't change the story because there is no story. Well, sort of anyway. This guy in Russia is a politician, and someone does a failed assassination attempt on him. And these people in the background talking over the internet who we don't know or who is running it say, oh, we have a contingency plan that we've been working on. We just need to iron out some kinks and we should be able to get him. So essentially what you're watching is this girl going through the test run for this specific guy. And there's really no words in the movie, not very much other than, Polina Davidova's performance, which she does a really good job of playing the victim. And there are a couple of moments that are kind of shocking, but I've seen so much, it really wasn't that shocking to me. However, there is no sexual torture in the movie, so if you are going into this worried about that, you at least know that. It just kind of carries on and does its thing. They keep waking her up, get her to the point where she can kill somebody because she's so lost in her mind after days of this torture. By the end of the movie, it does pick up pace a little bit and does go through some different things and even shows you some really weird, like cartoon 2D style, like animation thing that they did with penises and vaginas. Essentially, like if you were a serial killer and you wanted your child to watch something safe, it would be something along those lines of a cartoon. I don't know, man. Now, I may be picking on it a little bit and kind of talking about a lot of negatives because there are quite a few, but it is shot well and it does have somewhat of an atmosphere, so I have to applaud it there. There is some kind of fever dreamish moments that they do that are decent but effective, I would say. So you got to give it credit where credit's due. But ultimately, it just kind of left me miffed. Like, it could have been so much more. And instead, the person who was making it was so focused on the aesthetic part or some sort of behind the scenes meaning that I didn't catch, that it kind of left a whatever kind of taste in my mouth. I wanted to be shocked. I didn't get that. There wasn't that much gore. I mean, there is some, I guess, but nothing that crazy in my opinion. Yeah, maybe it is just a torture porn flick, but you know, maybe have some story in there too. How about the main character? Why don't you let me know who the hell she is so that I even know if I should care about her? Like, we really don't know anything about this girl, and she's just thrown into this fucking situation. Sure, I feel bad for her, but I didn't get to know her to really feel bad for her, if that makes sense. Probably say that I would only give this about a 4, maybe a 4.5. There are things that are above average in the film, but overall, that's probably where I land. Not a conventional storytelling. It is more of getting in the vibe of the situation and the aesthetics of that, and then kind of leaving you with questions. It is available for rent. I got it on Amazon. I saw it on Xbox as well. So I think it's like $5 to rent on HD. Personally, I think it's not worth the rent, but if it's up somewhere and you might find it for cheap on Blu-ray or DVD, check it out. But other than that, let me know what your thoughts are. Have you seen Sleepless Beauty? Did you like Sleepless Beauty? Am I wrong? Am I looking at it from a different perspective? Or was there a meaning that maybe I missed that I shouldn't have and it just got lost in translation? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear about what your guys' thoughts on this movie is. But other than that, thank you so much for coming by and spending your time with me. And as always, long live the void.